I don't know how many people speak publicly, but one of the sort of hallmarks, one of the things you hope for when you're going to speak is you're not following sort of a passionate, powerful speaker, because it makes your job a lot more difficult. So I don't know that I want to follow Ben in years forward, because it makes my job more difficult. Just a couple of very brief comments. I want to thank a lot of people in this room. First and foremost, or maybe not foremost, but first, the parents. As a parent of 2 children with disabilities, I know it's somewhat of a leap of faith, have your children away for a week, not sort of knowing what's going to happen, not going to know, it's sort of the whole experience. So it is a leap of faith. I think you're going to see the rewards of that leap of faith, but thank you for taking that leap of faith, and thank you for giving your children the opportunity to do this. I want to, thanks. It's not easy. It's very worthwhile and rewarding, but not easy to do this event. There's a lot of work that goes into this event. So I want to thank Terry, I want to thank Heidi, and I want to you see a lot of people with blue shirts, some with white shirts, some are alumni of the forum, some are board members, some are former board members, but it takes a lot of work to put this off, to make it happen and to make it successful. So thank all of you for all you did to make it work. And then, perhaps most importantly, I want to thank all the delegates. I think there's a certain amount of leap of faith on your part, too. I'm sure a lot of you were a little nervous about coming here for a week, and what's going to happen, and what am I going to have to do, and is it all going to work out? What am I going to learn? I hope that as I'm looking at you and seeing a lot of smiles, it was worth your time, that you did enjoy it, that you did learn a lot. I know it was a lot of work, right? But it was a lot of fun, too. So thank you for coming here and helping us make the Commonwealth a stronger Commonwealth. I want to tell one very brief story, and then I promise I'll get off the stage and let you guys progress with this graduation. But anybody, I'm curious, anybody in the audience know who Bear Bryant is? A couple of people. Usually when I say that, somebody yells "Roll Tide" immediately. Bear Bryant was a coach of Alabama. And he had a routine that he would do when he had new players come to his team. Before the season started, he would have them all line up where they would run onto the stadium on game day. And he'd have them line up right on that white line that they would have to cross to get to the stadium. And he would talk to them. And he would talk about how we scoured the country to find the best talent to bring to Alabama to make Alabama the best team it could be. We have spared no expense in gathering the best coaches, the best staff, in assembling the best equipment. If you get injured, we've got equipment to make you better. We've got the equipment to make you the best football team you could be. We've worked and worked and worked to have the best training program possible to make you the best football players you could be. But make no mistake, every week, when you run across this white line that you're standing on, it's your job to make something happen. It's your job to get the job done on that field, because as the coach, I can't. That's where we are today. We've assembled an incredible team to work with you. We've brought in the best talent from across the state to be delegates. We've put together the best training program we can. But from this day forward, every morning when you get up, you are stepping across a white line, or you are rolling across a white line, or you are moving across a white line, and you've got to make the decision every day, what do I do? Do I follow my personal leadership plan? Do I continue to advocate on behalf of people? What do I do every day to make the Commonwealth a better place, to make me a better person, to make the area a better area, to make life for people with disabilities better? That's your job here on out. You've got the skills and you've got the talent, you've got the background, you've got the knowledge. Everything I've seen and heard about this week makes me believe that. We've got an incredible opportunity to really move forward in a lot of areas, and you guys are on the forefront of that. So thank you so much for coming and being a part. Thank you so much for helping to make the lives of everyone in the Commonwealth, those with disabilities or not, better. Thank you.
Good morning. And a warm welcome to your state capitol. And I know we've got people here from our Youth Leadership Forum from all over the state. This really is a marvelous land of opportunity. And it doesn't matter really where you're born or what your parents' status is or what your income level is, what your zip code is. What we try to do in Virginia and America is to provide the very best school systems and the very same equal opportunity for every young person, boy, girl, doesn't matter. You should have the same opportunity for the American dream that everybody in life has. And George Washington got on his knees and prayed for God's blessing and prayed for his troops. And you know the rest of the story. 3 years later at Yorktown, Virginia, the British surrendered to Washington and Lafayette and the people that were helping the Americans to become a free and independent nation. Well, that to me is one of the most inspiring stories of valor and courage and overcoming obstacles, no matter how high they may look, that there are always ways to overcome them if you've got faith and you've got tenacity and you've got courage and you have good leaders.
Good morning. My name is Allison Fernandez. I'm a senior at Loudoun County High School in Leesburg. My state delegate is Joe May, and my state senator is Richard Black. I'm here today to talk about SOL testing and how I think it is unfair that students must pass them in order to graduate high school.
Well, good morning. My name is Chris Knuckle. I am a senior at Mansfield High School in Newport News.
Good morning. My name is Alexis Nichols, and I'm a junior at Matoko High School in Chesterfield, Virginia.
Good morning. My name is Amelia Leonard. I'm a senior at South County High School in Fairfax, Virginia.
Good morning. My name is Andy Beaton. I'm a senior at Great Coast High School.
Good morning. My name is Aaron Wade. I am a junior at York High School in Yorktown, Virginia.
Hi, my name is Xavier Williams. Good morning. My name is Brady Pope. I am a senior at Grafton High School in Yorktown.
Hello, my name is Callie Wilcoxon. I'm a rising senior at Chantilly High School in Centerville, Virginia. My state delegate is David Bulva, and my state senator is David Marsden.
My name is Elizabeth Garner. I am a senior at Woodside High School in Newport News.
Good morning. My name is Erica Mooney. I am a junior at Pace West in Prince William County. My state delegate is Jackson H. Miller, and my state senator is Richard H. Black.
Good morning. My name is Jonathan Leonard. I'm a senior at Mount Vernon High School in Alexandria, Virginia.
A rising junior and in school, and I'm actually homeschooled by my mother. I am here today to talk to you all about interpreting and interpreters in the public school system.
And in addition to the importance of your vote, what I wanted to talk to you about today is practical ways that you can be involved in the election process overall. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to try to be an expert on election law. You can get someone from the State Board of Elections here to talk to you about that, but I want to hit some highlights. So as you can see on the slide, there are avenues for leadership. It's really important that folks your age start getting involved as soon as you're able to vote. I need to ask this. How many of you are 18 already? And are you all registered to vote? Very funny, Jim. I need to let you in on a secret. I did not register to vote until I was 19, so I missed the opportunity to vote when I was 18, which is really stupid. Your right to vote is sacred. So even if you don't like any of the candidates, go in and write in a name. Just exercise your right to vote every chance you get. So participation in the political processes, your vote is the most basic. Your support of candidates. Your vote to support a candidate is the most important, but also you can actively work to help candidates. Understanding issues, and so advocating for a particular issue like people with disabilities or young children or whatever your issue is, or realtors, there are professional types of advocacy efforts. And then if you're interested in being a candidate, that's a whole other way to do it. That's a big way, it's a big responsibility. And then the main point I want you to remember is that you are the election process. When you think of elections and voting, what comes to mind? What do you hear on the news about elections and voting?
Policy, decision making, making things better.
Yeah.
And equality for everybody.
That's great. Does anybody ever hear anything negative? Like throw the bums out?
All the time.
I'm tired of it and I'm not going to take it anymore? Well, I hear a lot of that when I go on the news. People are aggravated versus what I think is more, and that can be a good avenue to get the fire in the belly to get involved. But I think the avenue that you just mentioned about I'm excited and I want to contribute in a positive way is really important.
Cool. You guys wondering what this grid is about? Huh? No tic-tac-toe, no checkers. What you guys have to do is figure out how to get from there all the way over to here. But what I'm not telling you is there are safe squares and there are not safe squares. Alright? There are squares that you step in them, nothing bad's going to happen, the sun is going to shine, the grass is green. There are other squares where unicorns die, hobbits lose the hair on their feet, and all manner of awful things happen. You don't want to step in those squares, okay? But I'm not going to tell you which square is which. You guys have to figure out how to get all the way through this, and there's a few rules, okay? Everybody paying attention. Everybody must start on this side of the grid and finish where thank you, Alexis is, okay? Now, there can only be one person inside of the rectangle at a time. You cannot, you have to choose a square. I don't want anybody trying to move really fast so I can't see which square you're stepping in. You have to decide which square to go to, and it could be any square, like say this were a safe square. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. If this were a safe square, your next step could be any square touching this one, okay? And here's my favorite rule. You all have to get through this, every single delegate, and you guys cannot talk or make a noise or use ASL, okay? You cannot use American Sign Language. You can use signals, but not ASL. And every person must get through in a row or everyone starts over. Sounded like a word, Aaron. Oh, round of applause. Congratulations, that's one. All right, you all have 21 more to go. All right, let's raise your hand. Who was the first person to try it? All right, how did you feel the first time you went?
I feel pretty good.
Mm-hmm. You felt really good? Did you know what was going to happen?
Nope.
No? And that's leadership. That's leadership. Leadership doesn't happen. Disability rights, civil rights do not happen without a person taking that first step. So what we're going to talk about for the rest of the night is where we've come as people with disabilities. Not people with any specific kind of disability, but together as a group. Because we have a common history, we have a common culture, and that culture is a happy one, it's a sad one, it's overcoming barriers, it's changing people's minds, and we've done that as a family, as a culture. So, when we go through history, I want you guys to think about, this would be the beginning of our country, where I'm standing right now, where you guys started, okay? And where you guys finished would be, just like on your POPs, where we want to be as a country and as people with disabilities. And in my eyes, this right here, this is civil rights for everybody. This is freedom for everybody. This is what that is. This is a finish line. So think about, as we go through history, where are we? Are we on the first square? Are we on the second square? Like, how close do you think we are?
I think we're
Somewhere in the middle? That might be. And it might be different for everybody. You guys know the Statue of Liberty? Anybody paraphrase for me what it says at the bottom? Yes, in the back.
Give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry.
Okay, yeah. Give me you're tired, you're weak, you're huddled masses, yearning to be free. And that's paraphrasing, but that's the thing. It's give me, all those people from your countries, because we want them here in America. And that's a great message. But unfortunately, there's a little fine print at the bottom that said, just kidding. Right? Because a lot of people with physical and mental disabilities, if you got off the boat and you looked different or you acted different from other people, you would be sent back to your country. Or you would be sent to a hospital right away. And that's where your American experience began and ended. Because they didn't understand people with disabilities. But
So they take you and then you die?
you wouldn't die. You just wouldn't live the life you planned on.
Well, you live and die at that hospital.
Yeah, you would. That's part of our history, is hospitals. So, but because we're strong, because disabilities happen, we made it into this country. Whether by birth or accident, people with disabilities were here to stay. Now, other laws had to be made. As America grew, people with disabilities started spreading from East Coast to West Coast. And every town and state that popped up came up with a law to govern us. Anybody have any idea what that law was?
ADA.
No, ADA didn't come till much later. We're going to get to that. But the law that governed us in the Old West, around the turn of the century, they were called ugly laws. Okay? That's every state had an ugly law. What an ugly law stated was that if you look or act differently, you can be thrown in jail for being out certain parts of the day.
Learning about having opportunities to think about your future, seeing how government and policy works. But I think at the youth of the YLF, and it's in the name, it's about giving you guys leadership skills. And with those leadership skills, you're going to have the opportunity to live a more empowered life personally, but then also to be able to use your power to change the lives of the people around you. So what I'm asked to do when I come in is to share a little bit about my experiences as a person with a disability, talk about some of the folks and the programs that supported me, and also I want to share with you some of the ways in which I became a self-advocate, how I got to the point where I not only became a leader within my own life, but also got the skills that I needed to be able to assert myself and to advocate for others. I'm a poet, and so we'll do a little bit of poetry, a block of poetry towards the end. Actually, before I get going, I'd actually like to do a poem. And I always like to play with the interpreters. Because I talk very fast. When we were talking there, she was like, I want to start with you. I want to take that poem on. So this poem is called New Beginning. I was born. I was born on the last day of the 9th month in the year 77. And if you know your numerology, you'll see that my destiny is in line with the divine. I am only one of a chosen few, here to offer you rhyme, reason, and song, combined with word magic and poetic acrobatics that flip from my mouth, fall into microphones, and hopefully make a home within your minds. Hey yo, back in time, you could find cats like me snacking on knowledge-filled fruits in the Garden of Eden. But instead, I made my bed in a garden state on the east coast of a country that is mine, because my ancestors helped build it with blood, sweat, and tears. Their daily fears still be my everyday reality. Never got caught up in that emancipation, or you free now fallacy, because I too have been systematically institutionalized to rely on everything, and I do mean everything, except for myself. During teenage days, I was trapped in a cage without bars, mental scars produced by verbal whoopings. My mind's front lines were infiltrated by lies and a camouflage of truth. My youth in central New Jersey has made me worthy of the title survivor, because I survived. Yes, I survived. I didn't just say no, I survived. I didn't graduate, I survived. I didn't grow up. I survived by dodging the forces set on killing me. And eventually I learned that I am actually, internally, externally, abstractly, and concretely, a finite example of the eternal infinity that walks in the flesh. So come walk with me, y'all. We can go for 30 miles in any one direction. We can watch as the farmers' fields become suburban avenues and the suburban avenues become concrete blocks. Let's watch as the backwoods become the rolled up weed that feeds tired minds and hungry souls that traded in their future for gold chains and the ghetto equivalent of the American dream. Forget that dream. I've got a dream, and I put it in each poem, I twist it in each line, I pour it in each word and make sure it's heard each time I drop. That's why I always let the hip hop rock in my rhymes. It's why I always flow with an exit 9 state of mind. It's why I stay one with the sun to make sure my light shines and give birth to each verse from a place that's divine. Hey yo, back in time, you could find cats like me snacking on knowledge-filled fruits in the Garden of Eden. But instead, I made my bed in a corner of the Garden State, which was once the 908, but is now the 732. Formerly New Jersey, now New Jeru. You know, they say the place is getting better, and I just hope that's true, because we all deserve a new beginning. Thank you. So he says he likes to do creative writing himself, and what he asks is that after this, could he spit a few lines for me? I'll do you one better. Come up right now. Take the mic, you're gonna need the mic. Did you see that coming? Did you see that coming? Okay. Okay, all right, here we go. Hold on, you stand next to the interpreter. Okay, wait up. This is PG. It's yes. PG, okay. Okay, all right. Go.
It feels so strange. I got so many thoughts I need to rearrange. Bang. I hate this pain, and I often ask why I'm not insane, and I wonder how it feels like to be a ghost. I wonder who of both are missing me the most. But in the end, we both know that life goes. But look, I need you. I need you more than the sky needs the blue, and it's true. I want you more than you ever knew. I don't believe in fate. We can go far, we can reach so high, we can grab the stars. I just get angry because you don't know how amazing and beautiful you are. Verse 2, the more I know exactly what to do, think it's cool that every single word's meant done before you, and I just love the feeling of your touch. It keeps me alive, I know for that much. So from me to you, I really thank you a bunch, but there's something deep inside and I don't know why, but I'm not a big man, I'm making a fuss. But, whoo, I don't want to cuss. But is there something really between us, a steel gate, a brick wall, or something as such that keeps me away from your touch? Oh God, I don't know what to do, but if you're standing up there, please give me a clue, or just help me say what I mean. I love you. Thank you.
Good.
Great. Well, first of all, thank you, all of you delegates, for a fantastic week. I've had a lot of fun here. I don't know if you guys know, but especially for the family members, my day job is being a graduate student. So I should have been in Blacksburg for a majority of this week, but even decided to stick around an extra day because I had such a fantastic experience working with all of you delegates. As you guys know, my name is Justin Graves, and the story that I told the students on Monday during the What is Leadership kind of kickoff keynote address was talking about how leadership can really manifest itself in acts of kindness for both yourself and for other people, acts of kindness that are big or acts of kindness that are small. And for me, that really was kind of transformative to my development as a young adult, as a college student, and really from my life since I became disabled when I was 3 years old. And there was one quick story that I wanted to tell you guys that I didn't tell you on Monday, but I really kind of remembered while you guys were giving your testimonies at the Capitol. This story was when I was in the 5th grade. I came home one day and I was really upset because I was at the playground with all my kids in the elementary school, and just for some reason that particular day I was really upset that I couldn't do a lot of the same things that the other students were doing on the playground. And I was telling my mom about this when I came home, and she encouraged me to write a letter that she eventually forced me to go to the school board and read, very similar to your testimonies, talking about how it was not okay with me, that there was absolutely nothing on that playground that was accessible, and quite frankly, it made me feel like a second-class citizen as compared to my classmates. And a lot of the students this week have been asking me, you know, what made you so determined? What made you so positive? What made you want to go speak to people? And I thought back to it, and it was exactly that experience, was going outside of my comfort zone, being able to talk confidently, eloquently, and knowledgeably about my disability, and not allowing a circumstance to hold me back. I remember doing that, and I told my mom, this is pointless because it's not going to help me, but then she reinforced the fact that it's going to help all of the students that come after me as well. And so with that, I wanted to thank you guys for a fantastic week. Keep that in mind. Keep everything that you learned here in mind, just as Terry said. And finally, I'm going to leave you guys with one of my favorite quotes. It's by Henry Ford. And the quote is, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. Thank you.
So I'm Terry Morgan. I'm the program manager for the Virginia Board for People with Disabilities, and I manage the Youth Leadership Forum. So I've been here all week and have had an opportunity to really get to know your children, and it's even more than just getting to know people individually. This experience this week is it's one of those experiences that bond you to people, that when you go through it with a group of people, you look back on it forever, and you say, I remember that week and how important it was. So it's that type of environment and that type of experience. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce or welcome our Youth Leadership Forum delegates. We have 4 teams of student delegates, and we're going to start with having the red team come in. sorry, green team. The yellow team. Blue team.
All right, our first graduate, Liberty Artebel. Messed that up. John Berberish. Okay. We missed somebody.
We might have messed up our order. Right.
Right.
Please tell me there's a... Oh, they're stuck together. Okay.
All right. Sorry. They're going to replace me with this task next year. Triton Arbitel. So you just got extra attention this way. I did that on purpose. Paul Bike. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's do Paul because he's here. Parents, trust me, the rest of the week went much more smoothly. All right, John Berberish. Brian Kuhn. Allison Fernandez. And doing the pinning is the lovely Shauna. Elizabeth Greiner. Deandra Jacobs. Jonathan Leonard. Crystal McDaniel. Erica Mooney. Yes, Alexis Nichols. Krishna Foick. I hope I got that right. Brady Polk. Alexis Smith. They're out of order. That one was on top. I did not mess that one up. The rest okay? All right, okay. Kyla Reese. Congratulations, Kyla. Madison Tate. Aaron Wade. Annie Wheaton. Callie Wilcoxon. Xavier Williams. Amelia Winard. Let's all hear it for the 2013 delegates of the Youth Leadership Forum.